everyone, welcome to the library today. So we're going to start out with a book. So we are going to read How to Read a Story by Kate Messner, and it's illustrated by Mark Siegel. If you don't know what an illustrator is, let me tell you a secret. Illustrator is the person who draws all the pictures. Isn't that cool? I think that's pretty cool. So let's get started. How to Read a Story by Kate Messner and illustrated by Mark Siegel. So Kate Messner, she wrote this story. So she wrote all the words and put it all together. She is the author. Mark Siegel, who illustrated the book, he's the illustrator. So that means he's the one who drew all the pictures for the story. So the author and the illustrator worked together so we could have this wonderful picture book. Let's get started. Step 1. Find a story. A good one. Can have princesses and castles if you like that sort of thing. Or witches and trolls, as long as they're not too scary. Step 2. Find a reading buddy. A good one. A buddy can be older, or younger, or a person your age, or maybe not a person at all. Make sure your reading buddy is nice and snuggly, and make sure you both like the book. If you don't agree, go back to step 1. Sometimes it takes a few tries to find just the right book. Now I noticed something when I was looking at this page. When we have library books that we're sharing with everyone else in the school, we have to be extra careful with them. So even though we might have a reading buddy who's younger, or maybe a pet, we have to be so careful. Because look what's happening to this book that the baby has. There's drool all over it. So we have to be careful. If we read to our younger brother and sister, that's wonderful. I love that. But we have to be careful to make sure we keep our library books safe. So we can't let our little brothers or sisters chew on them or drool on them. It's just not a good idea. So the best thing to do is to keep them safe so you could read to them, but don't let them pull on the pages or rip any pages, because then we can't share our books with the rest of the school. We also have to be careful to keep our books up high and away from any pets. Because I know lots of pets, they might think our library books are toys, and they might chew on them or rip the pages out. So we have to be very careful with our reading buddies. So they can still be our reading buddy, but we have to be careful and keep our library books safe. All right, let's keep going. Step 3, find a cozy reading spot. Outside is fun, but not if it's very cold, unless you have thick woolen blankets and hats and scarves and cups of steaming hot cocoa. And not if it's very hot, unless you have trees to shade you from the sun, a hammock to catch a cool breeze, and tall glasses of icy lemonade. Inside is good. Couches are cozy. So are chairs big enough for 2. Just be careful not to get stuck. Step 4. Look at the book's cover. Can you guess what it's about? Read the title. That might be a clue. So this is a very interesting page too. The book we're reading has a cover. The cover is the very front of the book. So this is the cover of the book in our story. And the title are the big words on the front: the princess, the dragon, and the robot. So the title on our book can be found on the cover, How to Read a Story. And I think it's very interesting. The title kind of gives us a hint to what the book's going to be about. So we know when we read the cover on our book, How to Read a Story, that this book might tell us how to read a story. Interesting. I wonder what this book might be about. The Princess, the Dragon, and the Robot. Think about what it might be about for a second. Let's see. Step 5. Open the book. This is the exciting part. Read the story in a loud, clear voice. Not too slow and not too fast. You can point to words if you like, but you don't have to do that. Once upon a time. Let's see. When the characters talk, whatever's being said, say it in a voice to match who's talking. I will save the kingdom. I am the most powerful in all the land. I'm hungry for lunch. Soon the castle will be mine. Beep, beep. Step 7. No matter what you read, hold the book so your buddy can see the pictures. Buddies get impatient when they can't see well. Step 8. If there are words you don't know, try sounding them out or looking at the pictures to see what makes sense. They were afraid the dragon would burn down the the castle! If you need a break, you can pause for a minute and talk to your reading buddy to predict what might happen next. Will the castle catch on fire? Will the princess tame the dragon? Will the robot marry the princess? Will the horse make friends with the dragon? Will the dragon eat them all for lunch? These are all questions you could ask your reading buddy. So when we predict in a story, we're thinking about what already happened and what could happen next. So if we think about our book that we're reading, we got through step 7 and 8. What step do you think is going to come next? Make a prediction. Think about what might happen next. So step 8, what step might come next? Let's see. Step 9. Is that what you predicted? Good job. When you get to the exciting parts, make your voice sound exciting too. Who dares disturb me in my cave? The dragon growled. Oh dear, oh no. The robot was so scared, all his metal parts rattled. What would they do? But the princess tackled that dragon and held him down. You must promise you'll leave our kingdom in peace. Look at, they're so excited. I'm so excited. Are you excited? Let's see what happens next. When you and your buddy can't stand it a second longer, turn the page to read how things work out. The dragon promised and decided it was better to be friends, and they all lived happily ever after. Step 10. When the book is over, say, the end. And then, if it was a really good story, go right back to the beginning and start all over again. The end.